Ooh, I wanted to do another video on my tank. I wasn't really happy with the last one, and it wasn't very informative at all. As you can see, I'm dealing with an algae bloom, which is not to be not to be unexpected. Part of the process of a new tank, and at 5 months old, she's still considered new. All my flow is off right now because I just finished feeding all my corals. In a few minutes, I'll turn the flow back on once they've had a chance to kind of eat a little bit. There's some pallies right there, nuclear implosion, and then daisy cutters. These are all closed up too. You can actually see the zoas a little bit better from this side. So those scrambled egg and Pandora zoas are growing really nicely. Frog spawn. Frog spawn's looking really good. Gonopora. My clowns are hosting it. There's my diamond goby. A couple other torches. Just finished feeding them, so they're a little shriveled up too. Found out that the algae bloom was a combination of a bunch of different things. Overfeeding my coral. Poor skimmer adjustment. Poor flow. And what I mean by that is that my MP10s, I actually had like right here. So you notice now it's actually pointed at the rock. And then the same thing, forgive the wires, I haven't fixed them yet. And then the same thing on this side, but it's higher. So now it's just hitting that upper part of the rock right there. So throughout this part, which is better. That's what you want. Green star polyp is growing too. You can kind of see it along the back. The heater. Let's talk about the heater. I've noticed with this tank that it runs hot. I'm not really sure why. It just does. So on days when it gets to like 85 or 90, even with my house on air conditioning, it still tends to overheat. The good news is that with this controller, you can see like right here 77.4 is actually what the water temperature is, and what I have it set at is 77. The reason for that is because it has a 3-degree swing. So if I set it on 78, 79, 80, 81, that means the tank will get as hot as 81 degrees before it turns itself off. So I have it on 77, and then when it gets up to that point, it will an alarm will go off and it will shut the heater off. And then once it reaches the correct temperature again, it will turn itself back on. Now there's been talk of a chiller, which I really am not gonna do. It's just not gonna happen. It does. This is California. It doesn't get that hot here, all the time, enough to warrant that. Some shrimp. There's the goby. He wants me to feed him too. There's a lawnmower Blenny in there somewhere. Anyway, the tank's doing good other than that heater nightmare. I haven't had any troubles. This algae bloom, I'm treating it with weekly, sometimes bi-weekly water changes. Like I just started doing like small 10% and just cleaning up all this on the bottom, like I just did it yesterday. And then on Thursday I do my big water change, which is 15 gallons. Of the 35, I'm replacing 15 to 20 gallons. So I guess that's what, 50+%. So that's what I'm doing to control the algae, and then I'm also dosing Vibrant. So, but yeah, actually let me, oh, I just got this too, very excited about it. Random flow generator. This guy up here, super excited about him. This was a lot harder to find than I thought it was going to be. I ended up buying like 2 or 3 of them that were the wrong ones, until I found one that was, because the Max and the E170s have a completely different outlet nozzle than the 170 reefer and then the other tanks. This one is completely different. So through Vivid Creative Aquatics, I was able to order that piece right there. It's like less than $10, and now I have a random flow generator on my tank. For you guys also that have E170s that are worried about that constant stream of that eyeball, there's your solution right there. So I've also increased the flow on both of my MP10s in order to really get a lot of water moving, and trying to get detritus and stuff to suspend itself inside of the water column. Actually, here, let me turn this on real quick. And I fed recently. Let me turn this on. Let's give her a whirl here. Turn everything back on. Heater's on, lights on. Turn on. And now we can watch the flow kind of happen. As it gets revved up. There it goes. And you can see it's the water's definitely not moving right there. That's weird. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, these guys got turned down all the way. That's strange. There we go. That's better. So yeah, much more flow. Really enjoying the random flow generator. Really nice touch. I got my lid over here. I just haven't put it back on. So yeah, there's my update. Everything's doing good. I'm happy with my tank. I'm happy with my corals. They're doing good. They're growing, which is what I wanted. I'm so happy they're getting bigger. They're a little closed up right now. In like an hour, they'll be huge. But anyway, there's my tank update on my Max E170. Hope everyone's well during this crazy COVID time. And this is Noel. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.